Hi guys, welcome back to our channel.
It's good to see you again.
If you're new here, I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Aaron.
And we're Avery Street Design Studio.
Yup.
So today we're going to show you an item that we made and sold and made the most profit selling one single item.
Yep, this is a good one.
Yes.
We're building a tack trunk for horse equipment.
Equestrian.
The one we are basing ours off of sells for about $900, $879. They can range all the way up to about $2,000. This is a middle of the road one.
Sorry, our dog's squeaking a toy.
Always the dog. Anyway,
you can get as elaborate with it as you want, more fancy, and then they go up to $1,500. So whatever kind of wood, will factor into how much you can sell it for.
Yeah, we sold this one for $1,000 and we had less than 200 in it. So it's very profitable. It turned out great.
Yes.
We're going to show you how we did it.
Yes, let's get going.
Let's do it. We're making the tack trunk out of 1/2-inch maple plywood. These go about $62 a sheet, so that's $124 in the bulk of the material on this project. We're going to start getting it cut down into manageable sizes with the circular saw, and then we will refine our cuts on the table saw. The tack trunk in a finished size is 24 inches tall by 39 inches long by 24 inches wide, and it's going to weigh about 80 pounds. Now that we've got all the parts cut, we're going to start putting the carcass of the box together. Just some glue and some finished nails will do enough on this one. We're going to put some oak strips on the inside corners to hold it all together and make it really sturdy. So that's where we're at on this. I also bought some 1x2 red oak strips to use for the hardwood portion of this trunk. There's going to be, like I said, the 4 pieces on the inside corners, and we're going to put a piece of oak trim around the bottom to keep the bottom of the trunk from getting beat up too bad. Hardwood is a heck of a lot tougher than plywood is, so the oak was about $12 a piece, so that brings our total up to $136. So I cut up some 3/4 by 3/4 strips, and I'm nailing them into the bottom, around the bottom of the trunk. This is what the floor of the trunk is going to sit on, and it's going to be 3/4 inch plywood that I had already, so I didn't have to buy that. once I get the strips put around the bottom of the inside, I'm going to glue and screw down the floor of the trunk. This will make it extremely sturdy and it's not going to go anywhere. So now I'm going to put more of the 3/4 by 3/4 oak strips in the corners, each of the corners of the box. That'll tie it all together and give it some rigidity. Now we're going to work on the lid of the box. I've cut some 4-inch wide strips of the maple plywood, and I'm just going to build a frame, and we're going to lay another piece of the plywood over the top of it. This is a very easy thing to build. This trunk is going to have a tray that slides back and forth on the inside. I'm putting some strips to use as runners for the tray to move on. They're just 1-inch strips of the same plywood we're using. And then we're going to go and we're going to build the tray next. The tray on the inside of the box is built the same way as the lid. It's half as wide as the box and it's just shy of being the same length, so it slides back and forth.
Submission time.
Yay! We haven't done one in a couple weeks. We're glad to have one.
Yes.
Today we have Christine Touchet.
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you. She built the solo cup holder with the Sharpie thing.
It turned out great.
It did. You did a great job.
Yes. Thank you so much for sending it in.
We appreciate it very much. If you guys would like to participate, here is our email address as usual.
Yes.
Send in your stuff. Make sure you put in the subject while you're sending the message.
Yes.
We'd love to show your stuff. Now I'm going to start putting the oak trim around the bottom of the box. This, for one, protects the bottom of the plywood, and two, it will protect the casters that we'll be putting on the underside. This will keep any water or moisture or anything from ruining the maple plywood. Once we get all the wood put on the box and we get everything sanded and all the holes filled, it's time to start finishing it. We're using Gemini dark mahogany stain. It's lacquer stain, which is basically oil stain with a lacquer base. And we're going to stain the outside, the top of the lid, the sides and the back and the front of the box. We're going to leave the inside of both the box and the inside of the lid unstained. And we're just going to seal them and finish the whole thing with a dull hand-rubbed pre-cat lacquer. Pre-catalyzed lacquer is far more strong than regular lacquer. It's better than any polyurethane or polyacrylic type finish. Pre-catalyzed lacquer is definitely for high use, high traffic pieces. So we're going to use brass hardware on the trunk. I've got a long piano hinge we're going to use, and we also got brass lid supports that we're going to put on each side. You'll notice that I put an extra piece of wood up inside the top so I can have something to screw to without going through the face of the plywood. And then we've got brass handles we put on each side of the box. I got these on Amazon. They were fairly inexpensive. I think they were $6 for the pair. And then we put brass locking hasp on the front, 2 of them on the front to keep the lid secure. And as I said in the beginning, we're putting casters on the underside of the trunk. I didn't show this on the video, but all in all, the materials and the lacquer and the hardware all ran right about $189. So this was a huge profit on this trunk.
All right, so that was the equestrian tack trunk that we built. It turned out beautiful.
What you didn't see in that video was the little casters I put underneath so it can roll around because it's kind of a heavy piece.
Yes.
We ended up using dark mahogany stain and pre-catalyzed lacquer.
That you can finish it however you want.
Finish, yeah. It turned out really good. They were super happy with it, which makes me happy.
Yes.
I will put the measurements at the end, and I'll put it in the description too. Like we said, equestrian people spend tons of money on their hobby. If you can find something that they might want to buy, that would be a good market to get into.
Yes, and if you'll notice, I don't know if we have on short sleeves in the video. I don't even know if I'm in this one. We filmed this over the summer. This week we had a pretty bad snowstorm here in Oklahoma. Well, for Oklahoma. And the city pretty much shut down Thursday and Friday, which were the days we were going to film. So we had not released this video, so we decided to do this one this week so we wouldn't, not have one.
This was a just-in-case video.
Yes.
Hope you guys enjoy it.
Yes, so we'll get back to more decor. I have some great ideas for next week. So I thank you guys so much for watching our video.
We appreciate it.
Yes, and if you haven't had a chance, like the video, subscribe, and share. We would greatly appreciate it.
It does help a ton.
Yes.
So
thank you again.
Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.